in the world. This co-founder of Metafide calling in today as we're playing our 1 minute supercharged event predicting the price of BTC. And all I can say is, what in the BTC? This is crazy. We had the candle run up probably $2,000 of volume in the last, let's see, what is this, like 20 minutes? That's crazy.
Yeah, something like that, yeah. And it's happened across the board as well. The same thing over on Ethereum. It's now up to 1913 from like 1820, run up $100.
Wow.
Yeah, crazy.
What do you think happens? Do you think one person is like, we're buying across all these markets and they did it?
No.
Or was like, we're buying BTC, and then everyone else said, oh, there's an opportunity. Usually ETH reflects BTC. Let's buy in on ETH. You know, and then they say, oh, we should do it with XRP. We should do it with Solana.
Are there diversified like crypto ETFs, like ones that you buy in the top 5 or something?
I don't think so yet. Because I don't think they allow you to have an index still.
Okay, yeah.
Single asset ETF.
Yeah, well, I reckon probably just like flow-on effect then, I imagine.
Yeah. Oh, man. You think it's going to come back down? What goes up comes down?
I don't know. It's struggled to maintain any big wins it's had, hasn't it? But I don't know. Maybe today's the day.
Yeah, that would have been a good time for the competition thing that you're doing. Could have hit the higher boxes up there.
Oh, it would have. I wasn't watching it, but yeah, it would have.
Yeah. I stopped doing it because I kind of got annoyed with it. I was like, it's like the type of discipline you need to do that is like, it doesn't feel, I don't like how it feels for some reason.
Yep.
Like my whole thing is I just want to start clicking. And you got to be like, oh, I only could do this one click. Like, oh, I got to stay in this range. Like, and I just want to be like, I'm just slapping them down. Like I'm trigger happy. I'm ready to go.
Yep.
No, I get that. I'm trying to get 10 right now.
Like it's I think it'll be interesting to see how it goes. Like I don't think it's going to do particularly well myself, but we'll see.
Yeah. I definitely agree. Let's see, were there any other crazy Bitcoin news? Let's see, any reports yet on where the spike came from?
It's a crazy spike. Like it's like a Satoshi Nakamoto confirmed dead, wallet lost kind of spike, isn't it?
You know what I think I realized? I think what happened too is like, you know, even though the day that someone like sent all that money to Satoshi's wallet, and they were like, "Oh my God, he sold," you know, even though it's just like someone sent like $200,000 or $100,000 of Bitcoin to the wallet. I think that day is when a bunch of like the investors in Bitcoin, like some of like the older fund managers, were like, "Wait, you're telling me there's this wallet that holds all this Bitcoin from this mystical guy who's supposedly maybe dead, but if he wakes up, he could move all this money and possibly risk my entire investment?" And they're like, "Yeah, like we all believe in this mystical guy being dead and being this great creator of Bitcoin." And he's like, "Oh, we got to get out of this right now." Like, I'm not sure if like some of the people investing in Bitcoin know the whole story about it.
Hang on. So what do you mean? So you reckon one of them? Sorry.
No, I was just joking about how like maybe some of these ETFs or maybe some of these corporate treasuries got out of Bitcoin too once they found out that it's like supposedly owned or launched by this mysterious dead man who no one knows who he is. And if he comes back, right, like take over this wallet and possibly tank their BTC investment overnight.
Yep. Oh, he sure could. And he could absolutely. It still has the
Like,
power to ruin it all.
I imagine that one goes slipped away. Like if you're like, one of these, CIOs, like chief investment officers at these funds, and your analysts or your one of your executives or whatever is pitching you a deal. Oh, we got to buy Bitcoin. In the whole due diligence report, right? It's going to talk about here's the Bitcoin, here's the asset, here's the growth, here's what it's backed, here's how much liquidity, here's how it's supported, here's the people who are moving into it, here's a report about BlackRock, here's how big they think like the TAM is in this market. And then the thing that they're not going to include is, it's built by this like mysterious man who nobody knows if he's dead or alive, and he controls this wallet that, like, if he was to wake up, like, might crash the entire market, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't think that one went in the due diligence report because it's not really like data driven. It's like, oh, here's this crazy like folklore about Bitcoin, and then these guys who are like the CIOs are like, wait, what do you mean? Like, there's this guy Satoshi who has all this Bitcoin.
Yum.
Get back in the game. What do we went? We went down to 62 was our lowest.
Went down, 62.
Yeah, 62,500. Yeah. Man, they're really testing 60,000.
Yeah. I mean, if it could just wick down there for a second, that would be great. And then bounce back up just to clear all the longs.
Yeah. And hit your buy order.
I don't have a buy order there, but I mean, it's always good for, like, you don't want longs sitting there. It's not good for the token.
I'd buy some at 60. I'd probably put something at like 58. Actually, I probably should do that because Coinbase is so weird about limit orders.
What do you mean?
Like, Coinbase is like, oh yeah, like if it's too close within like the price, they're like, oh, we won't let you put a limit order for that. They want it to be like a couple $100 difference because they want to just front run you and sell you the most expensive Bitcoin they can. So like right now, right, if the price is like 66,159, they wouldn't let you set a limit order, like probably $300 in up price or like below price. I mean, you can't set it, of course, up price because you're going to buy it at the best rate. But if you were to set it like, lower, you probably couldn't set it at 66,000, 100. You'd have to set it all the way down to like 66,000 or like 66 or like 65,900.
Wow, yeah, right.
Yeah, it's a total sham. I really wonder who Zach XBT is going to expose. Man, that guy must be hiding his identity too. The guy must be really good at hiding his identity. Like, the amount of people that want to probably kill that guy.
Yeah, but like people that like, I feel like nobody.
Dude, there's some crazy people out there.
Yeah. I mean, I guess so. It's. I feel like it's like one of those things that's like hard to. Like, he's already done the damage. Once he's, know, unless they knew that he had something on them that he wasn't putting out. Oh, my fan is making noise.
Something like Safe Moon. Like that one was crazy.
His investigation into them.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's like something like that, right? Like those guys probably pulled out $100 million. There's someone who's willing to like do some bad stuff to protect themselves.
Fully, but like I think once he's done it though, the damage is done, right? Like it's like you can't like it's like
more they have, or like if they're gonna bring more to like the chain analysis or one of these like investigation companies.
Yep.
Or it's like, what if he like discovers you, but then it's like it's like your friends are like in a project adjacent to you, and they're like, oh, like he might sniff onto us.
Yep.
And then that group is like, oh, let's get revenge. Or you're an investor in there, and you're like, oh, we're doing a similar thing with other projects, right?
Yep.
They're like, we don't want anyone sniffing on this. I wouldn't doubt it if he's like the highest level of World of Warcraft or League of Legends.
Why would you assume that?
Because he's so good at investigating the stuff. Like he probably is really good at like keeping his identity like quiet. He probably doesn't have a lot of like IRL connections. He's on the computer all the time. He's doing these investigations. He's been in crypto for a while. Like I assume he might have come from like an internet game. Like a ton of like the early crypto community came from like World of Warcraft, RuneScape, League of Legends. Well, not as much League of Legends, but
when World of Warcraft very first came out, I smashed a bunch of it. And RuneScape, same. Back ages ago, I played a bit of it, but then
I never got into RuneScape. I don't know. I don't like task things.
Yeah.
Like it felt tasky, and like it wasn't enough of like a simulation where I got lost having fun, not realizing I was doing the task.
Yep. True.
But World of Warcraft was great. But like all my friends are so much higher levels than me, and they grinded so much harder that I was like kind of got left behind in the dust.
Yep.
And like I never graduated to like getting Discord and like talking with everyone online. I'm pretty sure like at the time we still had like a landline, and my mom would be like, "You can't stay on that long." Girls, I can't use the phone. I don't know if someone's gonna call.
Wasn't that funny? And then you would call someone that was on it, and you'd get that like noise on the, or you'd pick up the phone and to try and call someone. Yeah.
Yeah, and then I'd go to a friend's house, and they'd be like, "Oh, we have 2 lines, so we can stay online all the time." I'm like, "What?" I'm like, "That exists."
It's the goddamn future.
It's so lucky, man. Like, my mom only wants 1 line.
Yeah.
Like, man, we're on dial-up still. I think I had the worst dial-up connection too. It'd be so slow. Like, oh. You get a failed one too. Like it would be like, yeah, you failed. You didn't dial in. You're like, what? I gotta do this all over again. Like, how did it not dial in? Like, I don't get it. But bad connection. Yeah, so that kind of hurt my World of Warcraft days.
What did you play in it?
I don't know. I forget the character name. Wait, let me see. I'll recognize it. It definitely had at one point like one of those elf-looking guys who was kind of gray with the ears. Let's see. Man, it still looks really fun. And I loved in South Park when they had the whole World of Warcraft thing.
Yeah.
I think I was just I tried a paladin character for a little bit. And then pretty sure I tried like a hunter. Yeah. Yeah, I think I tried the hunter and the paladin. Some main ones. How about you, Yeti?
I had a gnome rogue, or a gnome thief, whatever the backstabby one, the one that could hide in shadows and.
Oh, gnomes are pretty sketchy, man. They're always like trying to mess around with stuff, you know? They're like stealing stuff from you.
Well, he was a thief. He was a thief character.
I remember being in Iceland and like the locals were telling us the story. They're like, yeah, there's all these gnomes in the mountain. And they come around, like they sneak into your house, they move stuff around. And like that night, I was like joking around. I was like, oh, there's a gnome. Gotta go kick it. Get out of here.
We've flattened out now, hey. Sorry?
You believe in gnomes?
No.
Now there's a bunch of little gnomes messing around, stealing people's like underwear.
No, I'm very, very much like very skeptical, as you know, as we've talked about.
Yeah. There's that really good South Park too, where they like have to do a school project, and they stay up with Tweak. And he's like, we got to do this project on the gnomes that steal the underwear. He's like, we got to stay up late enough and we'll see them. And then, like, all the kids fall asleep and then the gnomes go by. He's like, they're here, the gnomes.
I need to watch some of the latest seasons of that. I haven't watched any of that in so long.
Oh my God, they're so funny.
They are so good, hey. Like, yeah.
Dude, I forgot there's all different types of gnomes too. You know, there's metalworker gnomes who are like your skilled blacksmiths, right? You got like gnomes who like house plants and like, you know, mushrooms and stuff like that. And then you got gnomes who like protect the forest. They like trees.
I needed that win.
And then you got those little garden gnomes, you know, just typical red hat sitting there in some English person's garden. Just fighting rabbits all day long.
That someone invariably names Chomsky, thinking they're super original.
Yeah. That guy's pretty funny. What about elves?
What do you mean? What about elves?
Like, you know, everyone's looking at these gnomes, you know, elves, they're people too. Do you think elves and gnomes like get along though? Probably not.
No, I reckon elves look at gnomes with disdain.
They're like, yeah, you the pointy ears. You're the pointy hats. My girlfriend always jokes about how certain singers are like elves though, because like Robert Plant, like they have like this really elfy voice, and like they're kind of like you know, like a King's like like what you call it, like a minstrel, right? Like the one who like kind of like sings and like jokes around and like kind of dances.
I do not think of Robert Plant as elfish. I don't know. That's like I've never. When you said that, I was like,
When you're like a male, right, that can hit like those really high tones,
yep,
and you kind of belt them out, and it like almost sounds like almost like mythical.
yep. I bet
I
he's
would say
done
that's
some
pretty.
disgusting stuff that no elf would, where no elf would dare go.
I don't know. Your elves on the shelves are crazy. I heard. He's hanging out with those guys.
Went to the Robert Plant School of Elves.
Mm. What about trolls? Like, there's got to be something. They came up with elves. They came up with trolls. They come up with, gnomes. Like, there must be. It sounds like there's some tiny creature out there that's running around pissing everybody off. Or it could just be as simple as there was like a tribe of people that were like a lot smaller who went around and stole stuff from the town below in the middle of the night. And that could have always started the story of the gnomes.
I think people are just pretty creative too. I mean, you can make up stories about stuff that just ain't there.
I think there's there's like a cave on this mountain by where I live, and there's this old story of like, oh, this witch used to live in the cave, and she used to come down the mountain and take the food from all the people in the town and curse them. And she's probably just like a crazy lady who lived up there. I'm gonna go steal all these people's food and nice stuff and take it up to my cave and live up here. It's a great story. She's got a nice cave.
You've been to the cave?
Oh, of course, I checked it out. Not too long ago, I was in the town where they filmed the Blair Witch Project, or like the stories from. Have you ever seen the Blair Witch Project?
Like back like when it first came out, but like I cannot. All I remember is the shooting style rather than and like the setting in the woods, but I can't remember anything about it.
Yeah.
Like it was like some like demonic kind of like cult or something, was it? Is that right? No.
It was like some demonic like woman thing that like lives in like a abandoned house in the woods.
Yeah, right.
Like puts all these little stick figures out there in the woods and
Yeah,
stuff.
I remember the stick figures.
That's weird. I'm not really a fan of horror movies.
Neither. Yeah.
Like it's fun, but I don't know. There's like a lot of weird stuff too, like we're like kind of an hour about where I'm from. Where like if you've seen any of the Conjuring movies,
No.
the family that did that, like the Warrens, who's like the famous family that like did all of these like exorcisms, they like set up this museum in this town called like Monroe. And in that museum, they have all of their haunted artifacts. They have like this doll called Annabelle, who is like this possessed doll that's like super famous. And so there's all this like weird, like witchy stuff that they said like went on in those areas in the woods.
Yep.
All continuations, from like the Salem witch trials and like, all the lineage of witches that got away and hid out in the hills of the East Coast.
Yep.
What's like the folklore of Australia? Is it
Like we don't have any like. So like there's like yowies and what are they called? There's like, you know, kind of like yeti kind of creatures, but like a bit more like magical, I guess, like a bit more like come and like steal your kids away kind of bit humany kind of creatures in Aboriginal
Mhm.
Australian myth, but or stories, but yeah, I don't know. We I feel like we're a pretty like skeptical country. We don't. There's not a lot of. We've got yeah. So people there's like, and there's people that like think that you know like kind of like Bigfoot people. I guess like there's like people that like go looking for the yowies and yeah.
Like I would say the East Coast is very paranormal focused, and then like somewhere like Puerto Rico is really focused on the chupacabra, and they're worried about the chupacabra being in the woods.
What's the
And then
chupacabra? That name rings a bell, but
that's like that like dog like demon type of thing that like walks and like eats you. It's kind of like a yowie in a way, but like more wolf like and slumped over.
okay.
So yeah, so Puerto Rico believes in the chupacabra. Um, like the Midwest of like the national parks believe in feral people. So there's like a ton of feral people who like live over there, and they take you into like underground tunnels. So like that's what they believe in. Let's see, I'm trying to think like regional folklore. I don't really know what California believes in. Oh well, California's like different. California's like like satanic death cults are what scares them over there. That's the fear and lore that they are worried about.
Yeah, right. I like yeah, like we don't like I don't think there's like I feel like that kind of
Yeah.
creates its own thing, right? Like there probably are satanic death cults because people are like obsessed with them on and so like you know people like kids are then like oh yeah we'll do this thing like yeah I don't know but I don't think we've got any of that here really just because like
Yeah.
people you know adults would just be like I can grow up mate
Yeah.
we wouldn't get the same level of like wow from it people would just be like what the hell are you doing you numpty.
The Japanese the Japanese believe in a lot of like paranormal activity type of stuff.
Do they?
But then also yeah, so like the one's more like in the city, but then supposedly the more mountainous people believe in like these like the Tengu, which is like this goblin demon that eats children and takes them.
Yeah
So
right
it's always like it is funny. Like each region does, when you really look at it, have like a certain thing that they gravitate towards
yep
of like their paranormal or like monster or type of like
yep
evil entity.
yep Yeah, like the main one I could think of when you said it is like this like collective joke that like all Australians like play on tourists about drop bears, these like things that live up in the trees.
It's a drop bear.
It's like just something that lives up in the tree that drops down on you and fucks you up. Like similar in size to a koala, but like heaps more gnarly and dangerous. And so it's like a collective, like because everyone's always worried about Australian wildlife when they come here, and so it's like every Australian Like, as soon as anyone's talking about the drop bear, like everyone's like, "Oh yeah!" Like, you know, like if there's anyone to fool about it, everyone's on board.
The drop bear.
Yeah.
I love it. I'm scared of it too, man. Like, I don't know.
Sorry.
Come out anywhere. I'm scared of it too, man. They could come out of anywhere. Any tree. We get a drop spider too. That would freak me out. All right, so I tried to ask ChatGPT about regional folklore. Let's see where it came up with. Oh yeah, so the Appalachian region in the U.S. believes in these things called like epidermis walkers, or like these like
Skinwalkers.
animals.
I've heard of that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So they believe in those, that they like live in the mountains in the middle of the night, and you can find a lot of them. They try to eat you. So that's what the Appalachians believe in. Let's see. That was a good one. Didn't really give me too many other good ones. Cryptids. Yeah, so like the breakdown is like majority of people either believe in ghosts, cryptids, which are these unknown creatures, which would probably be like a yowie, natural spirits, which I don't know how that's different from ghosts, because I guess ghosts are spirits of the dead, trickster beings, demons, or aliens.
Is this worldwide?
Yeah, like that. So that's the overall breakdown.
So I feel like there's heaps of people in Australia that would like aliens and ghosts would be out of that list, would be like the two that most people would, and spirits, like natural spirits or whatever.
Yeah. So in the U.S., so the Pacific Northwest believes in Bigfoot. West Virginia gets a shout out for Mothman.
Mothman, really?
Mothman.
That is great.
Yeah, New Jersey, of course, they chose the Jersey Devil, which I guess is this hoof creature that lives in Jersey. Of course, they got their own thing, you know. It had to be the Jersey Devil. I don't know, you know. Wisconsin, they just have some werewolf. Louisiana has their own Cajun werewolf, so he's got a little spice to him. Michigan has a dog man. It's like that's like basically like a werewolf. So I don't know what those guys got going on. Like,
yeah, but it's not the goddamn Jersey one. This is the Michigan one.
Yeah, like, well, the Jersey one is different. Like, suppose he's got hooves. The other guy's got paws. Like, huge difference. Oh, British Columbia, Canada's got lake monsters. So it's like it's basically like cool. The Loch Ness. Yeah, so that is pretty cool.
Something a bit different.
Oh, Nova Scotia, they have UFOs in Nova Scotia. So Nova Scotia is all about aliens in Canada. Right? So like Latin America, let's see. Mexico has shape-shifting humans, which are like witches, they said.
Yep.
So that one's interesting. Let's see. Argentina has floating cowhide creatures. So like floating cow.
What?
Yeah, floating cowhide creatures that live in lakes.
What does that mean? Floating cowhide creatures.
It's called an El Chiaro. I'll send it to you on Slack. I don't know. That's what Chile has. Let's see what they look like. Well, things are pretty cool. I'll show everyone on stream here. Ready? These are what these things look like in Argentina, supposedly. Kind of ridiculous, right? And then, let's see, the Amazon has a giant sloth. That one's pretty scary, man.
What?
I don't know. He's like a giant sloth jungle beast, you know?
I do not think of the sloth as a scary creature. That's like the cutest creature ever.
Well, this is what he's called. I don't know how to say it, but he looks like this if you can see the stream. So he's like a sloth, but he's got like a mouth in there. So he's kind of like a yowie, but like a yowie that's got a stomach mouth.
Yeah.
Like, huge difference. Right. Okay. United Kingdom. So the classic. Scotland's got the Loch Ness Monster, which really good for them. They've been keeping that one running for a while. They make a ton of money off of it. Like, well deserved. England's got the Black Shuck, which is a giant. This is the first combination. It's a ghostly black dog. So combine paranormal activity and the dog thing going on with it. Oh, Ireland, sick. They have a giant otter that is a lake monster. like I want to hang out with that guy. Like
I think they beat the sloth for like choosing like the cutest animal that you can and trying to make it into a monster. The otter.
Looks like. This is what it looks like, yeah. He's kind of a little scary, but like they make him look freaky, but he doesn't need to look like that. He could look cool. Like who really knows, All right, and then Australia. Yep, you guys have the Yowie. So that's your Australian Bigfoot equivalent, it says.
Yep.
And then you guys have a swamp monster called a bunyip.
Oh yeah, the bunyips. Yep. I thought they were pretty interchangeable with yowies though. I thought yowies and bunyips were.
I don't know. I guess yowies don't like the water. Yowies are hydrophobic. And then, all right. So Africa has this dinosaur-like creature that lives in swamps. So they call it the living dinosaur legend, which could just be a giant crocodile. So that's what they have. Let's see. The Philippines have vampires. So this is the first one that we've seen about vampires. And then they say India has yetis. That they live like abominable snowmen, And Russia has leshies, which are forest spirits or shape-shifting things. Let's see. Japan has a snake. They have some spirits. And they have a river creature. Scandinavia has the Kraken. I wonder where that guy was.
That is sick. That is a good one.
That's pretty good. Like,
makes sense.
Like everyone's like, yeah, we got this or that. Like,
boaty people that they would have that.
Yeah, they got the Kraken. Oh, China has their own Bigfoot. Of course they do. I didn't know that. So that's interesting too. All right. So I think that's it. I think that's the majority of the things out there and what's covered.
I mean, really, it's like mostly it's just like 5 different things, eh? And then a couple of like, cooler ones thrown in, like a giant sloth, a giant otter, Loch Ness, Kraken. But then like the others are just like the same thing again and again and again.
The only interesting thing is like somehow like people did come up with the similar stories for these things without any internet, any communication.
Well, I mean, they had communication, like, there was trade routes.
But some of these things are older, like, before they'd even taken a boat to that part of, like, the world,
Yeah, I mean, they all migrated from somewhere. It's like, like there was, like, a central hub, so, to begin with, but, like, so it's like the stories could be as ancient goes. Well, for people, as ancient goes for humans.
Crazy stuff. The pyramids too. I like to focus more on like the Mayan pyramids. So those guys are pretty cool. Like they were able to keep time consistent across like all of Mexico, and they had these roads that they would take like these like shells that had like almost like this illumination effect, and they would line up these roads so the moon would come in the middle of the night and reflect on it. And like before we'd even in the US like built like the Eisenhower Interstate and connected all these roads, like people in Mexico had been able to have time consistent across all these different areas and also have roads that connected them so they could basically like have these giant meetings of the minds to discuss like, you know, problems in the tribe or just moving forward as groups. And they're almost like these giant conferences that would go on. And so it's like people were like really good back at then spreading information too before they had any internet. So you never know how they did it, but it seems like they always found some type of way, regardless of the internet existing or not. So you are right to that.
Yeah, I mean, they found. I thought, like, talking about South America and Egypt, I thought they found, like, cocaine in one of the pharaoh's tombs, like evidence of cocaine. So it's like, you know, like, I think there was, like, more, like, not like established trade routes, but, like, there was, like, the possibility of, like, one-off information transfer or, like, even maybe, like, more than one-off.
I believe
Look
it.
that up.
Imagine being that guy though. Like back then, he was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna take off. Like, I know if I just keep going this way, like, I'm gonna find something." And you're like, "All right, dude, you gotta just be born with something like that."
Yeah, so in 92 they found hashish, nicotine and cocaine in the hair and tissues of several Egyptian mummies.
Whoa, it's crazy.
But there is a chance that they were contaminated after their discovery. That's the counterclaim by people saying that there probably wasn't.
Wait, so you're telling me a bunch of archaeologists were throwing down, getting high
Yeah.
in the ancient tombs?
Yeah, apparently that's
I mean,
one.
like,
I know both are pretty believable. I think. Like, I guess
dude,
now that I think about it, maybe more likely that they were like, let's celebrate
believe it.
finding these mummies. Let's.
You're telling me Indiana Jones wasn't an alcoholic? You know, like you're telling me that guy, like he's a college professor, he's hanging out with all these younger college girls, he's going around saving all these women around the world, he's in all these countries. Like, you know, that guy is definitely going out, he's having like a few drinks, you know, he's partying, he's Indiana Jones, you know, like the life of an archaeologist is probably pretty boring until you know you hit the sweet spot, you found gold and you're like, man, like we got all this money, like what are you gonna do? You know, they just go crazy.
Yeah, I mean it sounds more believable now that I think about it than the other one.
Those damn archaeologists.
And just they were too excited in the moment to think about how it got there.
I could just like imagine some funny things. Like the mask of the pharaoh, and he's like hitting hash through it. He's like with it on, using it as like a gas mask. Oh man. He's like, I can see Cleopatra. I mean, there probably would have been some text about it if they were doing it, right? Because it would have been probably like ceremony, like for use for ceremony and things like that. If they were, because that's what a lot of the people back then at least were using it for.
One did you so there's this like Genghis Khan book that I freaking love. Like I've like listened to the audiobook a few times now.
Mm-hmm.
That talks about this cool thing about so there was this kind of like religious sect of assassins in the Middle East, and they like tried to assassinate Genghis Khan at one point. But they were called their thing was using hashish to get high and have visions. And so they were called like hashishans, and that's where assassins comes from.
Oh,
Yeah.
I feel like a stoned assassin is like the least effective assassin, though.
Well, they didn't kill him. They
Man, we thought about killing him, dude, but
yeah.
I just hungry. Wanted to have my pizza. Like, I just wanted to get some of that, baked bread.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had visions. Like, we visualized killing him. We're gonna psychic attack him. Yeah, like I heard something that like they said like all the ancient Greek philosophers used to use like myrrh when they would like go and think, and supposedly like enough myrrh in a room like got all them high. Like,
With who? Sorry.
like the Greek philosophers, they used to use like myrrh in the room to like try to like get them like I guess like spiritually motivated.
Yeah, right.
Which I was like, I didn't even know that stuff could do something like that. I thought they just gave that to Jesus.
Yeah, it's one of those things like it's one of the ones that you just never hear of now, is it? It's like an incense, like frankincense, yeah.
Yeah.
But like you never like frankincense, you still see in like incenses, but you never see myrrh, do you? What is that? What even is it?
It's like one of those like I don't know, incense rock type of things. I think they burn to like clear energy or I don't know. It's whatever they
Yeah.
brought to Jesus. But there's also like speculation that they used like some like alkaloid like similar to LSD too, from like some fungus that they were eating at the time. Like who really knows if that stuff is true?
Well, I've definitely heard of like ergot, which is what they
Yeah, that's what it
refine
is.
acid from. I've like heard of that being so it like grows on wheat, I think, or like
Yeah.
grains.
I don't think it's as
naturally.
refined or as intense, but there definitely
Sorry.
could have been something. I don't think it was as refined or as intense as what we have today.
Oh hell
But
no, hell
I think
no.
definitely something happened.
I mean, it's one of those things that's insane how like powerful it is, though. I mean, it's like it's like people have like literally 100 millionths of a gram as a dose, and like but like so it's like it's like yeah. I mean, it's like you could imagine the natural thing working for people if they
Yeah, if it's that potent in concentration like that, yeah,
yeah
it definitely is gonna work.
yeah.
That's some crazy stuff to think about. There's whole groups of people who still believe that like human evolution was like through finding like mushrooms. And like those are the first tools of the caveman. So like I don't doubt a piece of that probably true.
Like that's like the kind of Terence McKenna kind of thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
The belief, yeah.
Yeah.
I struggle to see the science of that, but like it's no doubt like it helps with people like they've done tests, or they've given it to scientists and stuff that are struggling with a problem and gotten them to use it to like help solve that problem, and like pretty much all of them say that it helped.
Mm-hmm.
So I could imagine it being like useful to overcoming some like sorry.
No more about that. I didn't mean to drop. But no, that's from the the ability that they say to create like new pathways in the brain. So like if you're thinking a certain way all the time and you're kind of stuck in that form of thinking, it's a way to kind of break yourself outside those barriers. But on a pure scientific, um, I guess I guess discovery is like they found that it can create neurogenesis in the brain. So like scientifically proven to create new pathways for you to be able to like either things that were already interrupted, so things that maybe like had damage from like a stroke, or maybe suffocation or things like that. Your brain wasn't getting enough oxygen. Like those neural pathways that are damaged, you can actually build around them and reconnect them. Well, not technically, not connecting the dead ones, but basically like a tree fell down in the woods and it's like now over the pathway that you're trying to get around. This finds a new pathway around it and like reconnects it.
Yep.
And that's scientifically proven. So I wouldn't doubt like there's some development happened in the human brain if they were eating a bunch of those.
Yeah, but I mean that doesn't change DNA though.
Oh, of course,
It's like,
no.
yeah. So I mean, you're still passing on the same.
Yeah.
So I could see it being used to like solve certain problems, but not.
Yeah.
Like,
DNA is crazy, man. Like we all have different DNA and like, different races of people have a different genome than others. And they figured out like my friend's dad like worked on the Human Genome Project, and like they figured out how to even like edit like certain like you could do viruses to basically only attack like a certain genome. So like certain people who had like these qualities, you could like basically have it only latch on to people who have those qualities. Which again, I was like, damn, people really do have some different DNA than each other. On like a level, certain things might target certain qualities versus others.
yep. I mean, it's pretty like different for different like ethnicities, but like so microcosmically different, really. So you
Oh
might be
yeah,
able to pick out certain
from apes, yeah.
things. Yeah. And then we share like even with like pigs, we share some huge percentage of our DNA. I think it's like like with like all animals, like it's like a huge shared sections that just kind of like are obviously just like the bits about the information about just like a whole bunch of functioning that has nothing to do with being human or pig, but just alive. Yeah, mammals share roughly 50 to 99% of their DNA.
Yeah. I was always amazed back then that whales used to have like 4 legs and walk on land.
Yeah.
That one always blew my mind. I'm like, wow, things are really adaptable.
Yeah.
And it's like I have no doubt that things are that adaptable because even again, like you can watch a transformation happen that fast. And I think I've mentioned this before, but when you see a pig turn into a wild boar, like an untaken care of pig just grows all that hair, the tusks, and gets like super aggressive. And then
Yep.
starts destroying the environment around it. Like that really shows you like how much an environment can make a difference.
Yeah.
That is something I actually want to look into. Why they don't turn into wild boars in captivity? Like what is the catalyst that like sparks that change? I don't know.
Yeah, this reckons within weeks they develop longer, bristly hair, increased shoulder muscle.
Shoulder muscle, damn. So like androgenically, then their body is changing. Like so, they're like getting some type of signaling, and they're getting more aggressive. I wonder if their like hormones are changing too. Let's see.
All right, we have 3 more games, including this one. 2 more games after this one.
So in a pig, so what happens is the gene expression changes. So the pig carries that gene the entire time. But as soon as it shifts environment, it decides to like activate that gene. It's got this like sleeper cell in it. So like there are hormonal shifts. So their cortisol spikes, they have increased testosterone in the males, and they have a change in metabolism. And so those hormonal changes affect their aggression, muscle growth, their fat storage, and their coat development.
Wow.
Interesting. Wonder if that happens to humans. Kind of does in a way, but like when you think about like a homeless person when they're out on the streets for a while, like it really is hard on them. It affects them. And a lot of those people, it's like hard for them to return to society afterwards. They kind of do become like feral in that sense.
Yeah. I mean, it happened like so. Cats here, feral cats, are freaking huge. Like
Yeah,
they are massive.
I had to check out a picture of that. Let's see.
That's one actually that people here, a bunch of people here believe in. They believe that people like we've got like panther, like like hunters, like Bigfoot kind of hunters that think that there's like an Australian black panther, and the the common kind of thought is that it's just wild cats that have gotten big because they do get huge.
They're so cute though.
Oh, don't say that to an Australian. Don't.
All these guys would be in my backyard and I'd be feeding them.
Oh no!
It like happens like I think I told you like my cat like somehow is friends with all the neighborhood cats. And he like brings other cats to the house all the time. And he's like, "Hey, this is my friend." He's like, "You want to feed him?" I'm like, "Okay, I'll put some food outside." Next thing you know, they all like start coming around to hang out.
Far out. They reckon that wild cats in Australia kill over like 1 billion native animals a year.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. So everyone just hunts them.
Well, at least you guys don't have mice. Yeah, those things are pretty big.
Nice one. Well, that's it.
That was a good game. Wow. Crazy for BTC. Back up to 66,000.
Good to see. Good to see.
Wow. Yeah. What a day. we'll see what we're in for tomorrow. Oh man. All right, let's end the stream. Good to see everyone. Thanks for coming on. Take care, everyone.